So basically, the ones with the hypertension and healthy ones both have a lower blood pressure, but with the hypertension, also the cardiac output was lowered.
Well, not so much with hypertension, but people with chronic diseases such as heart failure, diabetes, and things like that.
Yeah.
And then what we find with hypertension, and it's I would say it's now an established, what would you say, a characteristic of the effect of exercise on blood pressure after exercise, is that those with the highest blood pressure, meaning those with hypertension, but stage 2 more than stage 1, lower their blood pressure to greater levels than people with more normal resting blood pressure levels. And that's consistent with something called the law of initial values, which Wilder formulated, of all things, in 1956. And it's much of the response, as is true with other health outcomes, is related to what we start with, or a function of what we start with. And so what happens in our world of exercise science, if you're studying people with normal blood pressure, it's not that post-exercise hypotension doesn't occur, and blood pressure tends to be lower, but the magnitude of the lowering will be less because what you're starting with is lower. And so consequently, in these studies, the sample sizes you need are larger than what you need for people with hypertension. And so oftentimes studies can be underpowered, and because they're underpowered, might again contribute to a type 2 statistical error.